Boom, we're live. Yo, what is up? This is hashtag follow the conversation episode 12. My name is Michael Nip, and this is my co-host Drewby.
I don't have a sound effect today.
Good. So this
I
is the. Go ahead.
no, I figured that since we're doing video now, me holding my phone up to the mic wouldn't be as it'd be more obvious as to how lame it actually is, and I don't have a proper soundboard set up, so no special thing today.
This is Drewby Sound,
Boom! Headshot!
and this is the show on theculturemindpeople.com where we just hang out. It's just a conversation. That's why I named it this.
Hence the name hashtag follow the conversation.
Hashtag follow the conversation. You know what? I need to make it so when the show is tweeted out from our blog, from the site's Twitter account, it uses hashtag follow the conversation because right now it doesn't do anything, and we have a hashtag in our title for a reason. Dang it!
Yeah, that would be somewhat useful. I thought we just had hashtag in our conversation. Hashtag in our title because that was just kind of the cool thing to do.
It is. It's the very trendy thing to do right now with all the kids. Use the whoa hashtags as I punch the mic. Um, I hope that shows up in the audio recording. Yeah, so this is a little weird because we just actually got back from a social gathering where we spent some time with an old bro, one of our old friends. So, we've spent some time talking. I already talked bad about DC, talked about how you suck at video games, stuff like that. And thankfully, this is not the podcast for that, so I didn't actually take any of our normal conversation topics.
You just expanded upon conversations we've already had during the week, or are about to going to have tomorrow, or conversations that we're going to have tomorrow when pertaining to comic books.
Here's the thing. We can't even keep up the illusion that we're recording our podcasts on the days that they come out anymore because we're actually posting... Oh, hold on. I haven't actually posted this on Facebook, but normally we post the links to our stuff live as they go.
Yeah.
So it's going to be harder to hide the fact that we're recording on different days and we're actually posting everything.
Some people watch it live, so I mean, they know what's up.
There's literally been one person that's ever watched the show live right now.
That you know of.
No, because it shows me on the bottom. It shows 0 viewers.
That's what happens when you're the admin of a show. You can see awesome stuff like that. Technology, bro.
Anyway, so Drewby, what you been doing? How's it going?
It's all right. I've seen this new movie that come out. It was pretty awesome. You might have heard of it. It's called Guardians of the Galaxy. It's pretty good. I've only seen it 3 times.
Oh, we didn't have a show last week. Dang it.
No. We have not fully expounded upon this movie except for a little bit we talked about in the comic book show. And that was it.
So don't spoil anything, and you can talk about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so are we going to go full spoiler mode?
No, I said don't spoil anything. It's brand new. You don't want to spoil a movie that just came out.
If you haven't seen it already, what's wrong with you?
Some people may not have money. We're getting a paycheck tomorrow. Maybe they're going to see it Saturday. You can't judge our viewers. They may not have money.
Pending physical ailments and just lack of funds to go, I guess. That movie's great. I really like it. Probably really up there. It's probably in the top 5 of my favorite Marvel movies. Just saying.
That's not saying that much, considering there's only like 3 good ones.
All right, what would you put in those?
I'm just kidding. There's more than 3 good ones, but there's 3 really good ones.
Okay. Top movies, my favorites: Avengers. I think, and it's that and like Captain America 2. Those are both really good movies. I love those movies. This movie is probably number 3. Like my top ones, like undisputably, are probably. Oh, excuse me. I ate like a bunch of food tonight, so I might be belching all night. Have you got Avengers, Cap, and then Guardians? Those are my top three. Those are my favorites out of everything. I'm not really a big fan of the Iron Man stuff. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, but it's not like. No, my belt's just less disgusting than that. The Hulk movie, which a lot of people think was garbage, which I actually didn't mind. You've got the Thor movie and Thor 2. Thor 2 I was very disappointed with. Thor 1 I liked. Cap 1 I liked, but it's not one of the better ones. Yeah, so definitely these top three. Guardians is the only movie I've seen in the theater 3 times. I don't go to the movies a whole lot, and when I do, I watch one and then I go off and do something else. So me seeing a movie in the theater 3 separate times is kind of a big deal. And me not getting like super bored with it every single time and like enjoying the movie, that movie's great. I can't speak enough good things about that movie. I think they Marvel/Disney nailed it. They hit it out of the park and do another galaxy, if you will.
No, I will not. Also, Drewby, how many movies do you watch where you get bored? Please answer that question with a reasonable number.
Not a lot. Like probably the last one I watched that I got bored in was the new Transformers film.
Okay.
Not really.
The way you talked about it, you acted like you got bored frequently during movies, and I was about to lose my crap on this podcast. Be like, you know what? Attention spans. You kids and your attention spans. Back in my day, we used to watch every movie we watched, and we were grateful.
I can see that point. I can totally see that point. I feel the same way about video games. But,
you get bored in video games all the time. You were just complaining about Diablo 3 today.
I wish I could be more content, more grateful. I wish my attention span wouldn't be so short in video games. Because we've talked about it. We didn't talk about this in the video game one, but you remember back in the day when you could just pick up one game and then be happy with it for like months on end? Like, do you remember when that was a thing? It used to be a thing.
Remember when we were kids and we grew up in Sunday school and your teachers would say, buying stuff is not going to make you content, even though you want it, you're going to buy it and you're going to want more. And we said, bullcrap. And now we grow up and our Sunday school teachers were right. That's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Guardians is great. You really liked it too. I think I probably liked it more than you did, though.
Yeah, probably, but I thought it was pretty great. I loved the movie. I love Chris Pratt's performance in the movie. I liked the kind of goofier Star Wars-y vibe that I thought it had with its weird sci-fi, multi-planet, different races. Like, it was like a Star Wars light with more silliness. I don't want to get too big into it, but before the show you mentioned that you didn't think this was just a silly movie. You thought it was serious. I think that's a little bit much to say that it's a serious movie.
I won't say it was a serious movie. I'm saying it dealt with some serious elements. Like, that bad guy Ronan was a bad dude. Like, that was a dark villain. He was doing some messed up stuff.
Yeah, so was the cockroach in Men in Black, but that doesn't make that not a silly movie.
But it was for some reason...
It was a guy that beat his wife and shot a dude with a shotgun. And then tried to take over the world. Exact same thing as the bad guy in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not a real spoiler.
No. Different. It's different.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what did you do other than that? Did you do anything else worth noting? It's been 2 weeks. I went on vacation. Have I even talked about vacation?
I don't know if you've talked about your vacation at all.
I went to California. That was nice.
What's up?
We were visiting Amanda's parents. There was no pot. Pot's in Colorado, which we did stop in Denver, but nobody at the airport tried to sell us pot, which I felt was a little unfortunate.
I didn't say pot. I said, was it hot? Why do you have to take everything to the gutter? Why does it all have to go to the gutter?
I'm taking it back to the plants, where it goes, to the weed, literally.
You're an environmentalist now?
Yeah. No, heck darn it was hot. Yeah, it was like 110 degrees multiple days, 110 plus degrees multiple days that we were out there. The Amanda's family has a pool. That was super nice. Yeah, here's the thing, and I'm going to mention this, and I don't want to harp on it because I know that some people in California watch this podcast. People in California are kind of babies when it comes to temperature. They cannot be
Yeah.
comfortable when it is hot. They cannot be comfortable when it is cold. Or by cold, I mean 75 degrees. So,
What's up with those Californians, dude? I mean, seriously.
Come on.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, whatever. So, yeah, I go to California. The times that I was comfortable, everyone else was cold. So, there's that. But, yeah, we had a good time, hang out with the family, played some video games with my brother-in-laws. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy while I was out there. Tried some different restaurants. Good. Yeah, I played the DC deck builder game, which I believe you can see behind me. There we go. Look at that. I picked the right thumb and everything. Back there. It's a card game that is... It's called DC Deck Builder Game, which I don't know if I've talked about on the show, but that is the worst title for a game ever.
Probably.
And, yeah, so it's fun, though. Really fun. You, it's like the title, you start with the deck, and you build your deck by playing the game, and as you buy cards, you add those cards to your deck, and your deck gets stronger, then you use those to buy more cards until, at the end of the game, whoever has the most points on the cards in the deck wins. And it's strategy, it's got some luck to it, but it's also really fun, and it's not too complicated, so I was able to play that with my brother-in-law's out there. Amanda and I also played almost every morning, just a quick game over a cup of tea in the morning. That was our morning routine, because we generally woke up before. Dude, you remember when you were I don't know if you actually did this. Do you remember in high school when you could literally sleep for days?
Yes, I do. I do remember that.
Yeah, we go to bed, the boys were staying up later than we were, but you go to bed, and then, these people are not waking up till, 11 o'clock some days. And so Amanda and I had some time, even when we were sleeping in and waking up at, 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Before I moved out with my parents' place, and even when I was a teenager, my room was in a basement with no windows. So what you would do is you would shut the door, and my only sense of time was the clock right next to me, and my phone or whatever, and whether the hall light was on or off outside of my door, and I could see the crack underneath the door. So I could sleep for days down there.
For real, I lived in the exact same living situation, basement with pitch black, and then you could only see the light on the door. Those were the days. I remember. Oh, that was so nice.
You could just sleep forever. No one would bother you. You'd never have to worry about. Oh, it was so great.
Amanda has actually mentioned getting blackout curtains, and that is something I'm seriously thinking about investing in, because some days it's just nice to not know it's morning and you can just sleep until you wake up.
I got some blackout curtains. They block a lot of the light. They don't really seal
Is that in
around the
your
edges.
office though, or is that in your bedroom? In
My
your
living
bedroom?
room. I should get blackout curtains for my room. Here's the thing though. I don't know if I should, because one of the reasons the darker my room is, the harder it's going to be for me to wake up in the morning. And if I'm sleeping in all the morning, I'm going to be late to work a lot, and so I can't
You
have
can crack
that.
the curtain. You don't have to close the curtains completely if it's a work day, but if it's a Saturday and you're like, hey, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, you shut those babies up and you sleep until noon.
Mm-hmm. That sounds so nice. Sleep's a beautiful thing. I love sleep. And I'm the guy who's going to bed at 10 if I can, and then waking up at 7 or 8 on a Saturday. It is rare that I will sleep in until 10 or 11 on a weekend anymore.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your bedtime is?
Wake up, Mr. Freeman.
Wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
He does that voice way better than I do.
It's okay, so true story. Hey Amanda. I wanted to get permission to tell the story real quick. This could be potentially embarrassing. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be okay, but
Okay, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
remind me later, because I don't know where she is, but I don't think she can hear me. So I'm trying to lose weight. That's a new thing.
Yeah.
I decided after vacation I'd try to lose weight.
Is it a new thing though, or is it just like you trying the same thing over and over again? Like this is kind of the same old story type of situation.
I've successfully lost weight every time I've tried. The first time I lost like 30 pounds. The second time I lost 15 to 20. I just keep gaining it back. So I've lost the weight. I can't keep off the weight because various things happen in my life and I tend to wait. So hold on. You're gonna be proud of me, Drewby. I think.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I'm gonna pull up my calorie calculating app.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to this week, and except for the one day that my dad came over, let's see if you can see this in the camera.
That was the day that you're.
Okay, you can tell the day that my dad came over. That red line that you may or may not be able to see is my goal, and those green lines are my actual calories. And you can tell the day that my dad came over because that's the super giant red line that's way up there. My average is not that far above, though. Yesterday I did really good, and I cut it short on purpose so I could kind of make up. And then tonight we ate yakisoba. I guessed the calories compared to the yakisoba my wife had made us last night, and I'm doing good. I'm doing good this week. Last week, here's last week. Last week is funny.
Yeah, that's terrible. Jeez.
All right, here's last week. Boom. Lots of calories over the. That's when I started that day. So.
It's not good. It's not good. Jeez.
Anyway, also, when I weighed myself when I got home from vacation, I weighed 219. Last week, even with that crappy calorie count, I weighed 214. So I lost weight even with the crappy calorie count, which must mean that I was eating an insane amount of food for that amount of calories to lower me.
Maybe. I don't know. 214 sounds like a nice weight to be at.
For you, not for me. I'm like 5'8". You're like 6'6" or something.
I think if I was 214, that'd actually be unhealthy.
Too low? What are you aiming for?
I'm unhealthy right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been working out on this elliptical behind me. I turn it sideways, and I work out, and I turn it back this way. That way I can actually do my thing. It's a small office here, but it works. I'm thankful for this house I have.
Why don't you just go like running outside or something? Try something a little bit different.
Because it is hot as fire out there. I have gone outside and worked out. The time I did best was actually I was walking outside. But there are some days when it is like 100 degrees and humid, and it's like, why am I working out in a sauna? This does not seem like a safe or smart idea. And so I got an elliptical. I can watch TV. I can watch Giant Bomb, our sister site, or whatever I want to. And I like that better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But if you're outside and you're sweating, won't you burn more calories, lose weight faster?
You will burn water calories, but those aren't really good weight. Besides, I'm sweating in here. I'm a fat dude. I sweat no matter where I am. Also, I added this to my calorie list already. This is an apple crisp muffin, and I'm going to eat it on air like a professional. And it is just as good as it sounds because I tasted one earlier.
Oh, man. Why? Why you gotta do me like that?
If you were here, Drewby, I would give you a bite.
Oh, I don't want to bite. I want my own. It's okay. I ate all those cookies at your place just the other day, so.
Oh, here's a story. So Drewby comes to my house the other day when my dad was there. That day that I ate all those calories that you saw on the map, which I forgot. Audio people won't see that. But I believe my wife made around 30 cookies. 34. I ate 6 because, okay, my wife made 34 cookies. My dad didn't eat any because he doesn't like raisins. I ate 6 and I logged the calories for them. We had 6 cookies left. We had 6 cookies left. Drewby ate a poop ton, and that is a literal definition, a poop ton of cookies.
Yeah, they were yummy. I love those cookies.
There's a reason why when my wife makes cookies, she hides some. That way I can actually have some since she's making them for me.
It's getting pretty bad. Like, you guys, there's gonna come to a point. It's like, no, Drew, you can't come over here anymore because you keep eating all of our food. Like, yeah, remember that one time when I made fresh cookies and then set them down right in front of you? What did you think was gonna happen to all those cookies? I don't
We already
practice.
have discussions about how we have to adjust our budget because our oldest child eats too much food.
You know I'm part of the family when. No, those
Let's see if
cookies
you
are
can hear
great.
this.
You're already fixing amazing cookies.
Are you ready for this? Oh, dang it. You can't see it. Here we go. I'm going to drop it. Yay! This is the toy I got. I talked about it on the comics podcast, but I got this glow-in-the-dark bouncy ball.
Mm.
So when I was a kid, we lived on base housing. My dad was in the Air Force. A little bit sad, but it was because I was a kid. I was sad when I was a kid. But we lived in base housing, and they have these unfinished basements with concrete floors and like rebar ceilings. Is rebar the right word? I don't know anything about construction. Is rebar a thing?
Yeah, it's totally a thing. It's used in like roads, and like in concrete to kind of keep it together to give it stability.
I think like a metal I-beam, is that rebar, or is that called a metal I-beam?
Metal I-beam is something different.
Okay, so we had metal I-beams and unfinished concrete floors and just like drywall walls. And when I was a kid, I always thought it was super awesome to just take one of these like bouncy balls and just huck it as hard as I could at the floor and have it just go start bouncing around the basement. And then my brother and my sister and I would just race to see who could get to that thing the fastest.
Nice.
And that was what we called fun. So
And that's what you do when you're bored.
when you're 13 years old and you have already watched the TV that your parent was allowed you to watch, it is raining, and you can no longer play the video games that you want to play.
Yeah, you got to kind of come up with your own entertainment. I've been there. I know what's up. So
Okay, I'm gonna play this music here. This is a song. This is an album that I always forget about, even though we went to the concert.
Whoa! Get on with the dum-dum, get it on. Jump off, let me know you're with me. Jump off. Everybody get low, say oh. Geronimo, don't think twice, rock your body, lose your mind to the fire that we got right here. Whoa! Get on.
Do you know that, Drewby?
whoa, Geronimo. Oh.
All right,
Oh.
we're gonna play a game because I just came up with this. I'm gonna play clips of songs,
Oh,
and
no.
you're gonna guess what they are.
I'm gonna be terrible. Oh.
I will try to pick things that I at least feel you should know or may know.
Wow, this is
Right,
not gonna go
ready?
very well. All right.
All I want you to guess is the artist.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think this should work over audio as well as video. All right, so here we
Okay.
go. Here's the first clip. This is a song that you should know.
Oh.
Did you guess the artist? This
All
album
right,
came
I
out,
got
think,
one of two.
2001.
It's either, yes, it's one. I've got two artists in my head. Is it Bowling for Soup?
No.
Sum 41.
No. You failed.
Oh!
All right, here we go. Scrolling through. All right, let's see.
How is it not one
Here,
of those?
this one should be
Okay.
easier. This one's more modern. More kids may know this one. Here we
All
go.
right, I'm ready. Go.
That didn't play. Here we go.
You wanna play with magic?
Hey, Jerry.
Boy, you should know.
All right. So you know that one. That's a modern one.
It's,
How do you know Katy Perry? You don't know Jimmy Eat World, Drewby?
Jimmy Eat World.
I thought you liked real music, Drewby.
I guess her voice is just more distinctive than Jimmy Eat World.
Jimmy Eat World is a better band. Here we go.
Yeah, Punk.
There we go. Okay, that's a good one. All right, let's see.
Something how old?
We've done-
Old, young, new.
How old was Daft Punk? Was older. I think we could do a
That
newer
album
one.
I think was early 2000. No, that album was like late 90s. It wasn't like 98 or something like that. That album.
Um,
I want to say so.
Harder, better, faster, stronger. I don't know. You can look it up. I'm looking for something new.
Alright, I got this.
All right, I'm gonna play an artist. You may not know the song, but you know the artist. Let's see.
Okay.
Go.
Alright, let's try this.
This is an acoustic version.
And I never saw you coming.
That should be a good enough sample.
I want to say Taylor Swift.
That's boom, Taylor Swift. That's a song that came out last year, I think. Red album.
Nice. All right, Harder, Faster,
2012.
Better, Stronger, 2001.
Okay, so that could be on my playlist, except I didn't know it at the time, and that was one of my rules. Dang it. Let's
Alright.
see. Okay, gonna pick an artist.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, let's do this.
Which song should I pick? Which song is okay to play on the podcast?
Wonder how many people I'm discrediting myself in front of right now by like failing Jimmy Eat World, but then like knowing Katy Perry. Right off
Here's the
bat.
thing. Knowing the people that listen to this podcast, not that many. Not that many are gonna know Jimmy Eat World.
Except Blake.
Maybe. I don't know how much he listens to Jimmy Eat World. Here we go.
Okay. Usher. That's his name.
Okay.
It took me a second. I was like, I know that dude.
Alright, I'm
knew
gonna do
him.
one more.
All right.
I'm gonna do one more. This is a good one.
All right. Okay. We'll see. Oh. I'm pretty sure this is The Wedding.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The Wedding is one of my favorite bands. I just wanted to have some way to plug their stuff.
What album is that one off of?
No Direction, the newest one.
No Direction. That album. Okay. Have you heard anything out of them recently, or they might be doing something?
I don't know how well they're doing. I don't think they're with Tooth and Nail anymore, which is probably a bad sign.
Mm. Do you know, dude? So, guess who's in town tonight?
Who's in town tonight?
John Foreman.
Son of a gun! I know John Foreman's in town. We could have gone to see John Foreman tonight, but we made the smart decision and decided to see one of our old friends.
Yes. Yes.
I
But
guess
we're
we
gonna
get to
hit
see him
okay.
tomorrow night.
Switchfoot.
Yes! Tomorrow night we're gonna see Switchfoot. Switchfoot is my favorite band,
How
with The
many
Wedding
times-
being my second favorite band.
How many times? Oh, I didn't realize The Wedding was that high up for you.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
Huh. Okay. How many times will you have seen Switchfoot now? 3?
Tomorrow will be my third time seeing Switchfoot in concert.
Okay. Tomorrow will be my second time seeing Switchfoot.
Oh, we have to play some Switchfoot on the show. Just little clips.
Just a little bit.
Um,
How about some? Nothing to Sound. That's a good album.
Nothing is
Little
sound.
clip.
Hold on, I've already got this queued up. Here we go.
Alright, I'm gonna ask a question. You're
Yeah.
probably gonna hate me for asking this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Does that song ever get even just a little bit old to you?
At one point in my life, I listened to it so much that yes.
Okay.
At this point in my life,
I'll take that as a no.
heck no. It never gets old.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, here's another good one.
I love this song! Before I had Nothing to Sound as an album, and on an old MP3 player that I had, I would download music videos of random bands, of different bands of different songs that I kind of liked, but I didn't have the CDs for. So I downloaded the music video and just put the music video on there, and I'd watch. Stars was probably might have been my most watched music video on that MP3 player because I didn't own the album for the longest time, but I loved that song. Other songs that were on there were John Rubin. He had a song.
Word of Mouth. That's a good song.
No,
You're
it's
a
the
big
one.
Nuisance.
It's the
You
one
like
that he did
Nuisance,
with
don't you?
Nuisance. Yes, the one he did with Matt
Yeah.
Thiessen.
Yep.
Nuisance. Where they're all rocking out to like cardboard guitars. That music video is weird.
I'm looking for John Rubin on my playlist and I can't find it.
Do you not have John Rubin?
I lied. I found it.
I was
We
gonna
got
say,
Nuisance.
yeah. I guess I can't really blame
I
you
don't
for
have
not
rights-
having John Rubin.
Evidently, I don't have license to play Nuisance, so I can't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Won't let me play it. But yeah, John Rubin's pretty good. Anyway, I'm super psyched to see Switchfoot tomorrow. They're probably going to be playing a lot of Fading West, which is
Yeah.
fun because that's their newest one.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this one.
I haven't listened to a lot of Fading West recently. I listened to it so much when I first bought it that I guess I just kind of got worn out of it. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go listen to something else.
Yeah, I got that album. I've been listening to it in my car recently, kind of prepping for this concert.
Oh, okay. I should probably listen to it tomorrow. But I got so many other podcasts.
I wanted to make a Switchfoot music mini-sode for each Switchfoot album this week as we led up to the concert, but I don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's a lot of time.
Content to put on the site. Like, goodness.
Yeah. We gotta
I think
slow
I
down.
told you it took me it took 2 hours to make the Weezer mini episode, which is like 7 minutes long.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, the more you do, the better you'll get at it. There you go.
Yeah, but even still, I have to make the clips, I have to write the stuff, I have to do research on the band if I want to say anything, and I was going to do one for each album. Like, that's like way too many episodes for 1 week.
Maybe. It might be. Or it could be just the right amount. You never know.
If I'd have done it, it would have been really cool. Speaking of things to do on the site, I got Dark Souls 2. I think I'm going to try to play that. I got it on PC. I think I'm going to try to do that on the site.
Nice. Nice. You're just going to stream it, or are you just going to do like little clips? Or how much gameplay are you planning on uploading?
I might just video and upload it all. I don't know.
You could just do like hour segments, just play for an hour, and then upload that segment and just kind of play through it for a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll see, because I want to get to the DLC. I don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, I want to get to the DLC. I want to kind of show that, so that might be coming up to the site. We haven't done a lot of gameplay recently, so that might be good.
Yeah. I did some more back in the day. I want to get back into Skyrim, so maybe I'll be doing that. I've been really wanting to start playing some Titanfall. I play some World of Warcraft. I just made a list of games that I need to go back and beat, and a bunch of them are PC. Here's my thing. Here's the thing. And
Drewby, hold on. I got one question for you.
okay,
Why do you hate video games?
because they ruined my life, and they killed my dog when I was very little.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now that story's out of the way. One of the things that I find is that when I'm playing a game, I'm sitting there and I'm concentrating and I'm trying to. I find it's very, very second nature for me to sit there and comment on what I am doing. You can go back and watch me play Battlefield. Oh, jeez, Battlefront 2, and then you can tell like the parts where like you might be able to tell the parts where I am playing, just focusing on playing that game, and the parts where I'm talking as well. Like I haven't mastered the art of just talking randomly. Some other people that do something like this, like GiantBomb.com, who when they play a bunch of video games and stuff, they have like a crew of people talking, so it kind of takes a little bit of pressure off the guy. But a solo uno me trying to upload all that stuff, so that's one of the reasons I'm a little bit hesitant to just do gameplay stuff like that.
We gotta do it to get better at it. Even if you don't post it, it's worth trying. That way you can watch yourself, critique yourself, slap yourself in the face for being such a dingus, that kind of thing.
Just like this, just like that.
Hold on, the camera didn't get it. You gotta do that again.
Oh no! Okay, I'm talking about. Oh, slap myself in the face.
I saw it all 3 times, Drewby.
Well, who knows? Maybe they did see it. Now they can.
Okay, that's okay. You're doing it for the fans.
Doing it for the fans. I got my fans, my peeps. Fans of the Droobsta. Right.
Drewby, you are the whitest person I know.
Is that a good thing?
Second whitest person I know.
Oh.
Amanda's best friend is the whitest person I know, I think. Come here.
That's funny.
I'm gonna ask her about the story.
We should get her best friend on the show sometime.
Amanda,
That might actually be
come
kinda
here.
funny. For all of you guys.
Drewby,
What?
hold the show. I'm BRB.
All
You're
right,
going
go.
solo.
You got
Congrats.
this. I got this. All right, guys. It's just you and me. Michael's gone. He's get up and he runs away from the camera. I have no idea what this story is going to be. So, I'm hoping it's going to be pretty funny. Michael seems pretty anxious to talk about it. Oh, so did you guys hear about the one where the dog got elected mayor in a small town in Minnesota? Oh wait, that's actually a thing that happened. No kidding. I saw it on Twitter yesterday, so it's got to be true. Also, if you're on Twitter, there's this dude. His name is Phil Fish. He developed a game called Fez. He's kind of a jerkwad. Maybe stay away from that dude.
I'll stay
What's
with
up?
him. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm back in my seat.
Awesome.
Okay, so here we go. I asked Amanda, I got permission to tell the story. So here's the clip. I'm gonna play it real quick. This is the clip we played earlier with the Wake Up Gordon Freeman thing. Maybe.
Wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
Okay, so my wife she's very creeped out by that clip. She very much hates it. And for a while, I had that as my alarm clock in my on my phone. So one morning, I had my phone went off. I woke up. My wife didn't. I hit the snooze button, and it's a 10-minute snooze. I know it's a 10-minute snooze. I knew when my alarm was gonna go off, so I waited until it was about to go off, and then I put my arm around my wife and stuck the phone behind her ear and just held it up there. So when it went off...
Wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
She just woke up and started crying.
Oh no!
And then she was really, really mad. She was very mad at me. She was not happy.
I didn't know that went that far.
Yeah, she really doesn't like it, and I'm also really a jerk with it. So.
Oh, that's really funny. She started crying.
Yes, I don't think she was crying because she was scared. She was scared and crying because she was mad at me for doing it.
Oh, wait, you cry because you're mad?
Women can cry because different reasons than we do.
Huh. Interesting.
Food for thought when you get a girlfriend. All right, I'm going to take a bite of this muffin, and then I'm going to show you how good it is. So here we go.
What does that even mean? I'm going to show you how good it is? On an article of food, I don't know if you can show me how good it is.
Oh my goodness. Dude, okay, so this is super moist and super sweet. And there are little apple chunks. Let's see if you can see this. There are little apple chunks in this thing. And it's so moist anyway that when you bite into one of those, it's like the taste of a smile on your tongue. I'm going to take another bite. Oh my goodness. If angels built a sandbox out of the sand of heaven, it would look like this muffin, and it would taste like this.
I hate you. Why?
Why don't you get yourself some muffins? This one's so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he is really actually doing this to me, guys. Seriously, this is what I have to put up with.
I love
Regular
being a
bacon.
fat person. This tastes so good.
Your wife makes
My
you
wife is a
awesome
seriously
food
good cook.
all the time, and I get stuck with pizza. It's not fair.
You could hire a chef.
I'll be sure to bring that up to my boss to say, hey, I need a raise because I need to hire a chef. I need to hire my own personal chef to come in the morning and make me food, and then to come home and make me food. Yeah.
How much you want to pay Amanda to do it? I can make some money on this deal.
How about friendship coins?
Friendship coins aren't worth jack. Especially when we're about to have the apocalypse.
No.
The
But if
mother's
you,
so good.
oh. How many do you have? How many more do you have?
I don't think very many. She brought them to a fellowship tonight and shared them with a bunch of people.
Well, perhaps there's hope yet.
Drewby, you
I
can
don't
make
know.
yourself some muffins.
I make pancakes. I made blueberry pancakes this weekend. I come home, my house smells like cooked blueberry pancakes. Got French toast.
It's a good smell compared to what burnt pizza rolls.
Actually, right now I would go for some blueberry pancakes over some pizza rolls.
That sounds good. All right, hold on. We disagree a lot on a great many things. Let us at least try to come to an agreement on this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Both of us, as fans of the pizza roll, microwaved or oven, that was a question.
Oh, I thought you were. It sounded like
That's the first part of a two-part question. Microwave or oven?
oven.
And what is the best flavor of pizza roll?
I like probably the triple meat.
Triple meat is an acceptable answer, though the correct answer is triple pepperoni. All right, so today, my boss walks into the office with pizza rolls he intends on microwaving, and he has the combination pizza rolls, which taste disgusting, honestly. If you're going to eat processed food, you got to eat the right processed food. Otherwise, you're just a subpar piece of garbage.
Did you just call our boss a piece of garbage?
Maybe.
you did.
But I was justified by his choice of microwaving combination pizza rolls.
Microwaving
I think at this
combination.
point, he just does it to bother me.
He might. He knows you well enough. The microwaving pizza rolls is a crime against humanity enough, but the fact that they were combination just is like expounds upon the failure of the totalness of his failure. Unacceptable, unforgivable. There's no hope.
Microwaving pizza rolls is like wiping with wet toilet paper. There's no purpose, and it makes everything even more disgusting than it already was.
It just sounds like a mess.
And your hands get dirty because they're all mushy, and the chemistry that happens is poor.
Yeah.
And I apologize to the one viewer that we have right now who's watching this live.
Well, yeah, it's just the ultimate experience would just fall to the ground. I mean, just it would suck. You can't do it.
All right, so have you had bagel bites?
No.
Okay. I was going to ask if you liked bagel bites more than pizza rolls. Bagel bites are good, but I think pizza rolls are the premier oven junk pizza-like food. I actually like them better than most oven foods, period, except for maybe oven cooked, like you can get like Tyson chicken at the Walmarts, and I get like the buffalo chicken. It's pretty good.
Are bagel bites like are they just mini bagels with pizza sauce and like cheese on them?
Yeah, and like the weird kind of cubed fake pepperoni.
Okay. I probably I've seen what you're talking about, but I don't know that I've ever had them. I imagine that pizza rolls would probably be better. I love pizza rolls.
If you cook pizza rolls right, meaning in the oven, and they get so they're just crisp on the outside but not crunchy, but on the inside they're still warm and gooey. That is the if you are going to eat junk food, that is the correct way to eat junk food, and that is the correct junk food to eat, in my
It's
opinion.
like the height of perfection in junk food. There's nothing more glorious, more perfect in a piece of junk food than that stage of a pizza roll.
Being both people that enjoy being fat people, we've got our general junk food. So you got soda is a junk food. That's always good. Pizza rolls are clearly a good junk food. You
I
got
would say-
Cheetos.
I would disagree with your first statement. Soda is not always good. I can have too much soda.
I don't know if I've had too much good root beer. Like I'll drink water if I'm thirsty, but if I want a flavored drink, I feel like good homemade lemonade and sweet tea and like A&W root beer are always go-tos.
I'd probably be a go-to, but I would definitely get sick of it. Like if I had I can drink too much of that stuff, especially right now. Like I need some water. Like just give me. I'm content to just like eat my pizza rolls with like a bottle of water and just be like, yeah, this is good, nice cold water.
Huh. The only healthy thing I actually do with my life is I do drink a lot of water. Like I actually drink a very healthy amount of water. But if it were not for me trying to be semi-healthy and stuff, I think that I could drink milk like I drink water. Milk is incredible to me. Like I could drink it with everything. I love milk so much. I love milk with pizza. I love milk with cheeseburgers. I love milk with Cheetos. I love milk with cookies.
Why don't you drink that much milk?
Waffles. I do drink
don't
that
you-
much milk when I'm not on my diet.
Okay.
I drink milk with everything when I wasn't on a diet.
Is there that many calories in milk?
Whole milk, sure as heck, yeah. There's
Huh.
anything that you drink that is not water has a lot of calories in it, and if I'm gonna be on a diet, I'm gonna eat my calories because they taste good. I need food.
Yeah, but drinks taste good too. Just saying.
They do taste good. I have been known to be an extreme fan of the root beer float, so I can't go without saying that drinks taste good. But like this is the kind of fat person that I am. Before I started going on this diet, my midnight snack would just be 2 waffles with syrup, and I drink it with a glass of milk, like a whole 16-ounce glass of milk,
Nice.
like every night. I love waffles.
Huh. Fascinating.
I love waffles. I love Cheetos. I love tortilla chips with or without melted cheese on them.
Tortilla chips never was that really big into. Quesadillas, my family, my brother Zach, he liked to make those. Never that really big into them. I'm trying to think what I used to have for lunch all the time. Because growing up homeschooled, we kind of made our own lunches and stuff like that. He usually always made that stuff. I don't remember what I would used to eat. What did I
You were
eat?
homeschooled?
Yes.
Wait, you were homeschooled?
Yeah.
I figured. Tell that
Alright,
story.
The reason he says that is because I was at work yesterday, and a bunch of us are just talking. I'm talking to a friend, like the guy I work with real closely, and the temporary secretary that she's just kind of filling in. She just graduated high school. She's like 20 years old, I think, 19, 20, and she's cool. And we're me and Jonathan, the guy I work with, we were talking, and I forget how it came up, but the tech secretary was like. Jonathan made the comment that, oh yeah, Drewby was homeschooled, and she's like, yeah, I kind of gathered, and I'm like, what? What does that mean? What did I do that is like, oh yeah, that guy's totally homeschooled? Because me and we've talked about it, and he said that, I would have figured you were a public school. Like, you're not like all the homeschoolers I met were like socially awkward. You weren't, and you're not really socially awkward. I mean, you got along fine. And so, like, he thinks that I'm normal. And so I'm like, well, what did she see in me that was like, oh yeah, you see that guy's totally homeschooled? Like, I have no idea what it meant. I should ask her at some point. But
Maybe
yeah,
it's because you're the whitest white guy she knows too.
it's possible. It's totally possible. I am pretty white. I mean, just kind of looking right here. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna try to flash a gang sign or something real quick. Do you know a gang sign, Drewby? Heck darn it. You can't see that in the video, but he just flashed a gang sign and I can see it, and we're good. We're good.
know something a little bit like this, yo. That's right. You don't mess with me, son. I'm coming after you.
We gon' find you. We gon' find you.
I always have to remember that if I'm going to do something to show the camera, I have to be talking while I'm doing it. Because, this
So
is
for the
good.
audio listeners, only the person who is currently talking's face is shown in the video. So a lot of times we'll try to show something real quick as a joke to each other, and we can see it because we can see each other's video, but only one of our videos, whoever's currently talking the most, is the one that's actually showing up. So a lot of times we'll make jokes and be laughing at something that you won't see in the long run because we're doing it in the corner. It's really weird.
Yeah. Wait. We're new. We're still noobs to this video podcasting thing. We're getting there, though. This is what our fourth episode forward video show that we've done.
The
Yeah,
weirdest
so-
thing I have is, like, a lot of the times when we used to podcast, before we had videos, I would just constantly be doing all kinds of stupid stuff. Like, I'd pick my nose, I'd, like, scratch my head. Like, I may not be wearing a shirt. Like, I may be doing all this stuff, but now that we actually have a video on us all the time, it looks really stupid when I accidentally bump the mic and it switches back to my view, and I'm, like, doing random stuff in the corner or, like, staring at Facebook in the corner and not paying attention to what you're talking about. Like, it's really awkward now. It makes it way worse.
Yeah. Lots more skill involved in what we're doing here, folks. Just for you. It's all about you.
You, viewer, who is listening to us right now,
You're welcome.
thank you.
You're welcome.
What is it they used to say on PBS when we were kids? Because we were homeschooled, we watched PBS all the time. So, like, this TV show is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Is that what he used to
Yeah.
say? Do you still watch
Yeah.
PBS?
I don't watch PBS. I used to.
No, did you? Yeah, when you were a kid, you were homeschooled. It's almost guaranteed that you watched PBS. What were the shows you watched the most? What did you like on your PBS when you were a kid?
When I was super, super little, and I don't remember this, but I'm told that I was really, really into Barney. That was my thing. When I got
Do
older,
kids still watch Barney? Is that a thing that kids can still watch?
I thought so. Barney might be off the air now, though. I want to say he might be taken off the air, which is such a shame. Generations of kids will grow up not learning their ABCs from the purple dinosaur known as Barney. Arthur was the show that I watched. I thought that show was dope. I'm trying to think what else. I didn't watch a whole lot of Mr. Rogers. Later on, my little brother, he used to watch like a bunch of Clifford when that was on. They developed these stupid shows. Like eventually, they started a show called Super Y, and that was pretty dumb.
Do you remember, like, Zoom or Wishbone?
How did I forget about those? I barely
Yeah,
remember
man.
Wishbone. I
Dude, like
barely remember.
my entire like third, fourth grade thing was like Zoom every day, all day.
Um, yeah, I remember. Um, Wishbone barely. That show was dope. I loved that show. I thought it was a little bit scary because there was some stuff that was pretty edgy. But Zoom, I did watch that and I liked it. I thought it was good. How did I forget about that show?
Speaking some ubba dubba bubby up in dubbus hubbard. I don't remember how to speak ubby dubby very well. I used to be good. I used to be better.
That was a thing from Zoom, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like the language that they spoke. It's like the alternative to Igpe Attenlay.
Mm. Can you speak Pig Latin?
Yes, I can. That was Pig Latin. That I just said. Igpe Attenlay is Pig Latin and Pig Latin.
I understand that, but like, is that just a word that a little phrase that you know, or could you actually like have a conversation in Pig Latin and be fluent?
I can speak it very slowly because I actually have to think about it in my head because I know how the rules work.
Mm. Okay.
And like different versions of Pig Latin do different things. Like some versions of Pig Latin, like they truncate the word at the first vowel versus some, I think, truncate at the first syllable, which makes it a little different. So I used to actually know the difference between both and talk to different people. For some reason, I used to care about fake languages a lot more, probably because I was in fourth grade and didn't have anything better to do.
Mm.
But yeah, I used to watch. I used to have a friend that went to a private school, and if I wanted to hang out with him, I would go over to his house before he was home from school. I would go with his mom to pick him up from school. We'd pick him up from school. We'd come back to his house. He'd have to do homework and practice piano. So I would watch Zoom on TV and Wishbone on TV while he did his stuff, and then we would play video games and hang out. I used to watch those shows like every day.
Nice. That's dedication right there to the friend and to the program.
Yeah, and then we'd play like Dreamcast because that was like crazy cool when I was a kid.
Yeah. Sega Dreamcast. I never got into it. That was before my time.
So for those of the people that may be watching this show that are young and don't know what Zoom is, it was this weird show on PBS, and it had a regular cast of kids that would be on the show, and there was this, silly kind of hip-hoppy, poppy theme song. It would tell all the kids' names, and then I'm pretty sure all of the content was user-generated, so people would send in ideas, recipes, jokes, skits, and then all of the things that the kids did on the show were just things that people had submitted that they chose to select. So, the grand hope would be that someday you could submit something and get it on the show. I'm pretty sure that show hasn't been running since basically we were kids. Like, I don't think it might have been canceled while we were still in school.
They ran out of content. It was like eventually like, we're done. That's it. It's like, oops, no one cares to write into Zoom anymore.
There's no end to user-generated content. In fact, I'm going to find some Zoom. I'm writing this down. I'm going to find some Zoom YouTube videos, and I'm going to link them in the show notes. Zoom.
Okay. Did you care enough about the show to notice and be upset when like certain characters would leave and it's like, hey, where did so-and-so go? Oh, he's been replaced by like this new character, this new
Yeah, dude,
kid.
I would have like crushes on some of the girls on that show when I was a kid. Like, oh, I thought that girl was cute.
Yeah. And she's gone. It's like, what? No, where'd you go?
What are you doing to me? It's like when your favorite character leaves a TV show. Like, you're watching a show and the character decides to leave for a season, or it doesn't get signed on to continue. It's like when Carell left The Office or something.
Yeah. That. I don't want to talk about that. Screw The Office.
And then there was Wishbone, which, if once again, if you're too young to remember what Wishbone is, Wishbone was the show about. Okay, so it was like this parallel storyline. You got one where there's a human and his dog named Wishbone, and like he's doing normal 90s kid stuff, 2000s kid stuff, and then you've got Wishbone, who's a dog, so he sleeps a lot, and when he goes to sleep, he dreams about literary classics, and he dreams that he is taking part as a character in the literary classics. So, you've got like The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and Wishbone is playing the part of Ichabod Crane, and so the dog is walking around in a costume with somebody voicing over, and other people are acting around the dog like he is a human, and he's acting out the story of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Then he wakes up, and like it cuts back and forth between the real world story, where like the normal kid stuff is happening, and then the fake world story, and then there's some moral usually that comes from the story that applies to real life where the kids are doing their normal stuff, and then at the end it would always show, it would give some kind of plug for the book, and it would also show like some special effects and how they did different scenes and got different effects. And I thought that was so cool. Like it's the same thing when like Mr. Rogers would have the episodes where he'd show the fact is basically the how it's made before how it's made was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought that was so cool when I was a kid.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers pioneering the way for modern television. Way to go, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, Drewby, you getting a little tired?
How could you tell?
The fact that you're like yawning, and like when I'm talking, I notice you going off screen and basically taking mini naps, then popping back up when I sound like I'm trailing off. That works.
Yeah, we gotta do it for the show, man. We gotta do it for the show. It's all about the show. It's all about you.
You ball so hard, you don't even know. You already know.
Yeah, just like that. Always like that.
Anyway, so before you fall asleep mid-show, I say we go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay.
Drewby, how can people find you outside of the show?
Well, if Google Plus was working correctly, you guys would already know how to find me on Twitter. But considering the whole thing is busted right now, you'll need to find me on Twitter at Drewby132. From my profile there, you can follow me. There's a link to my Google Plus profile. Check me out there. Follow me. And check out the funny stuff that I share on there. Google Plus is awesome. You guys should be checking it out at least. Just give it a shot. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Drewby132, and keep an eye on the site. This is where the content that I produce is going to get posted. So keep your eyeballs locked right here.
Same bat time, same bat channel. My name is Michael Nip, and you can find me at twitter.com/Michael Nip, MichaelKnipp. Also at facebook.com/TheRealMichaelNip, spelled the same way, obviously. The way that you can get a hold of us at theculturemypeople.com for either hashtag follow the conversation on the topic of video games, or the monthly issue weekly, which is our comics podcast, is by emailing us at theculturemypeople@gmail.com. Shoot us any comments, questions you have, making fun of my hat, making fun of Drewby's gang sign, anything. You can also follow anything that gets posted onto theculturemypeople.com by following the Twitter account Culture of My Peep, P-E-E-P. That'll post anytime anything is posted onto the site, and you can check it out. Also, we're now on iTunes, so if you want to check us out on iTunes, this is also an audio podcast in addition to the video podcast that we have here. If you want to check that out, or if you're already listening to us on there, go ahead and leave us a review, leave us a star rating. We'd love to try to get a good average up in iTunes. That helps us a lot. And also, your responses will help us make the show better for you. In Android, if you don't have an Apple device, you can check us out on BeyondPod, which is our favorite podcasting app. We've tried multiple ones, and it kind of does everything. It's a free app, but we also pay for it. I don't know why I'm acting like this is a sponsored section. They don't pay us any money. But BeyondPod is probably the best Android app out there. And yeah, that kind of wraps it up, I think. Did I miss anything?
No. I'm good.
Okay. Then for hashtag following the conversation, this has been Michael Nip and my co-host
Drewby.